Hey everybody, welcome to the show that believes no work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's right, it's 5 minutes you won't get back. A little show we waste 5 minutes of your time. Just remember, 5 minutes doesn't stir until, well, we say it does. I'm Brian.
I'm Heather. And can you guess which state, so like, pumpkins are grown in the United States for Halloween, right?
Right.
So, okay, 95% of the pumpkins that are grown in the United States come from one state. Would you like to take a random guess?
I'm going to take a guess because it's the state I'm from. I'm going to go with Illinois.
Yeah, you're right. Good job.
Bam!
Did you know that?
No, because Illinois is my default for everything.
Okay.
If you ask me, like, what makes the most milk, where's the most Laffy Taffy from? Horrible candy. Anyway, regardless.
Except for banana. Banana's fantastic.
I wouldn't say, like, what's the state known for margaritas? I wouldn't say Illinois. Would you? No.
I don't know.
Come on, get Illinois and get a margarita. That's the best place to be. Regardless. Anyways. Good to know. So pumpkins. They were like the pumpkin. They're the
95%.
They're the pumpkin king of the state of... Yes, anyways.
Did you know that pumpkins they take up to 3 to 6 months to fully mature, depending on the variety.
I did not know that.
So you have to plan ahead for sure, you know. Like growing all things.
Plan ahead to get your pumpkins, folks.
You gotta know.
And if you want the good ones, head to the Illinois with an S on the end.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway,
I'm starting.
5 minutes starts
5 minutes.
now. So today, actually not today, but a few days ago, we went to Kings Island to experience their haunted event. Which, of course, they got spook stuff around. They've got rides running still, and they've got their haunted houses and their scare zones. So today... And you might already know this. I'm not sure if you've gone to a haunted house or not, because we're already past the midpoint of October, and it is Halloween month, of course. But today, real quick, I want to talk about haunted house etiquette. The best ways you can get scared or avoid scares. And once again, this might be common knowledge, and you probably already figured it out, but hey, we need content. So we're going to talk about it.
So for you newbies out there... Anyway.
Yeah. So anyways, it was fun at Kings Island. They had a lot of good scare zones and haunted houses. I'm not sure if they call them haunted houses. I'm not sure the term they used at Kings Island. But anyway, so it's only 2 points here. 2 key points. Are you ready? The first point is body positioning. This is important. Now, if they're not staggering the line and you're just going through with a long line, there's nothing you could do about this, but when we went, we got there early, and a couple of the houses we were able to go through, there wasn't a line, so there was like spaces between people. So if you don't want scares, stay in the middle. If there's people in front of you, if there's people behind you, stay there and make sure they all stay close. For example, because we went and there was a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. Anyway, regardless, I made sure no matter what the situation was, no matter how many people were coming at us screaming and with chainsaws and knives and blah, 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 I made sure I stayed right behind him. I literally like this. I was like breathing on that guy. He probably felt like, what was this guy doing? He's breathing down my neck. What the heck? He must be freaked out. No, I was staying pretty darn close.
Behind them.
I mean, one was a chop shop, and they had chop house, and they had, fake intestines and stuff hanging. And it was like, I don't care, they're rubber, right? I hope. Anyway, as I was pushing him aside, I'm like, I'm going to stay with this guy, and I don't care because they're busy scaring, of course, the people. There's nobody in front of them, so they're waiting. They're going to get them, and we're just going to get the experience of them getting scared in front of us. And Heather was just hanging on to me for dear life because I was going 800 miles through there. So if you want to be scared and you want to get them, once again, make sure you're in front and there's nobody in front of you.
You got to pause.
Yeah, pause and hold back. Right. In fact, there was even kids behind us, and they were trying to get past us. And I'm like, go ahead, because that's going to be less scares. I mean, I enjoy the scares, but I enjoy seeing the rooms and the houses and all that junk. So sometimes I just like to see what's going on, and I enjoy a scare, but sometimes I just like to look around. And the scare guys scare people. What's the scare pronoun anyway? They can be a bit distracting if I just want to look at the rooms. Am I right?
Yeah.
Heather's going to be actively involved in this conversation. The second one, real quick, is scare reaction.
Again, we learned well from the people in
right.
front of us.
And this is common sense. If you want to be scared and you want the people to be attracted to you and come to you for scares, at least pretend like you're frightened out of your skull, because the poor couple in front of us, the woman, was like this the whole time. I don't even think she saw anything that was going on in the house. And of course, everybody and their uncle that was in the house was coming after her. In fact, they even chased her out of the house and she was running, and so
or conveniently, we had a nice little woman and a couple of kids behind us, so we were nicely tucked in the middle, because if they weren't coming after the crazy lady going like this behind her guy, then they were definitely going after the kids behind us.
Right.
We ended up okay in that one.
Because they scared them, they had to refresh, and while they're refreshing, we're going by, and then they're going after them. So if you look scared, they are really going after you, because it's a job and it's fun and they want to see a reaction. And for me, unfortunately, I don't know. I like to be a smart aleck, and they don't really.
No.
And unfortunately, they don't come after me much. Every time we go, I for all you people out there that remember Beavis and Butthead, I like to do the, hey, how's it going? I really say that to probably 80% of the people that try to scare me. They get it right in my face, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Wow. Yep. And we're already at 5 minutes. Shut that alarm off. I still got a few things to say. But anyway, and so, and like when they come at me, they're like, "Arr!" and they're wanting me to do something. I kid you not. I go, hey, how's it going? And they literally just shut off and walk away and go towards somebody behind me. Even in the scare zones, they don't seem to be that interested in me. Or I come up with something else because I have like a list in my head of weird things I want to say. So they come up to you and they go, "Ah," and I'm like, do you like cheese? And they really don't know what to do with that. So once again, if you want to be scared and you're with Brian, and you're gonna have the most.
I'll tell you where to stand.
You're gonna have the most. Yeah, I'll tell you where to stand, and you're gonna have the most disappointing scare event, because they're just like, just avoid that guy. He's a jerk. He doesn't want to play along, and even in the scare zones they went after her more than me, because they just think I'm lame. So don't bring me to a haunted house, I guess.
I don't know.
I'm good at dragging people through. As I was sharing back in my high school days, I was going through a haunted house, and I'd always have girls that I didn't know grabbing the back of me, and I'd drag them through because I was once again wanting to stay next to the person behind me, and all the women were slowing me down. I don't even know these ladies, and I think back and I'm like, that was a good opportunity for me to get a date, and I didn't take advantage of that. That was stupid of me.
It's because you wear glasses. You're obviously a safe person.
I'm a safe person, and back in the day, all you people that knew me, I was not the hottie that I am now. Never mind. I was the big nerd that I am now. But my reactions were still the same, even though I couldn't acquire the Beavis and Butthead quote because it didn't exist just yet. So I would just be like, hey, nice chainsaw. You look sexy. Would you want to go out with? In fact, I was more flirtatious with the people at the haunted house than I was with the girls I didn't even know. Literally, multiple girls holding on to me as I'm walking through. I was stupid.
Well, thank goodness.
Anyway, but I'm happily married now. So what are you gonna do? So anyways, those are my two. Remember, body positioning and scare reaction. If you want a big scare, don't do what I do. If you don't want a big scare, do exactly what I do, and you'll be able to be like, hey, that was pleasant. So yeah. And also, Kings Island, to the rest of this month, they put on a good show. They got it nice and decorated, very Halloween pretty, and go and check them out.
Friday nights and Saturday nights, if you're in the Cincinnati area.
Cincinnati area, of course. I just assume you know where Kings Island is. Anyway, so yeah. So that's all we got, right? You got anything else?
No.
All right, well, anyway, I'm Brian.
I'm Heather.
And just remember, it isn't a great day until we wasted 5 minutes of your time. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
For another Halloween episode.
Bye.
I'm just going to stand here and sleep around. Hey, how's it going? Don't tell me that's nonsense.